Hello everybody, Tiri back again with the second video for today. And usually this video I really wanted to do before the Australian Open started, but I haven't had time to do it before Australian Open because the Australian Open has been around, the ATP Cup was before Australian Open, then the draw was out, and I haven't had time to put this video out there. But I want to do this video, and like your title is saying, who do I want to win Australian Open? Who do I really? I want him to win it. I'm gonna tell you the reasons why I want him to win it, not who I believe will win it. Because you know, guys, when I do my videos, when I do my previews, my predictions, I say who I believe will win. You who follow my channel who has followed my channel for a couple of years now, since I started back in 2019, you know that I'm a Roger Federer fan. It is Federer's tennis I mostly like, I mostly enjoy. I love Federer as a tennis player. Alright guys, as a tennis player. I am not super in love with Federer out of clay, as a say, when he doesn't play tennis. I don't agree everything he says. I don't believe a thing what he says off court, guys. But on the court, I love Roger Federer. I love his tennis. I enjoy watching his tennis. His tennis is really beautiful to watch, with that first strike tennis, ultra aggressive, big cuts of the ball, go for the winners, not wait for the unforced errors like grinders can do on the baseline and just wait for the opponent to miss to win a point. Federer, he goes for it. He tries to win the match by hitting winners. I love that kind of tennis. That's why I used to love Pistol Pete's playing style before I saw Federer. But this video is all about, like the title saying, who do I want to win Australian Open and why? Not who do I believe, alright? I'm gonna tell you guys who. It is between two players. It is between two players here who I do want to win the Australian Open and why. I'm gonna put the player on the second place, and then I'm gonna mention the number one player who I believe. Maybe this will come little as a surprise for you and maybe as a shock. But I have to be honest. I have to take it out there, guys. I have to just let it out and take it my emotions and tell you guys. The second player who I want to win this is Dominic Thiem. Why? Because I love Dominic Thiem. I love Dominic Thiem's playing style. How can you not love Dominic Thiem's playing style? He has such huge ground strokes. When he's redlining, he's magical to watch. Man, that backhand. Do you remember that yesterday? That backhand he did yesterday on match point? He ripped that backhand down the line on match point. You know that backhand, that hard of a backhand, that murderous of a backhand he hit there. That is impeccable. That is impossible to hit. You guys, probably mostly of you who watches these videos, you have played tennis. That's why you are watching these videos, because you like tennis, you love tennis, and you have played tennis at some point in your lives. And that down the line backhand he hits on that match point against Nick Kyrgios, that is a so difficult shot. That is, literally speaking, almost impossible to hit. He doesn't, you know, Dominic Thiem has a lot of topspin in his shots with his forehand. He can hit the forehand flat down the line. He can hit cross-court forehand. He can hit down the line forehands. He can hit inside forehands. Dominic Thiem, he can do all with that shot. But he has a big margins with the forehand mostly times. He had that against Kyrgios yesterday, Dominic Thiem. He was not taking a lot of risks. That's why he did only 28 unforced errors, Dominic Thiem, in that match against Kyrgios yesterday. So he can hit it flat as well, but he hits his forehand, especially since he started to work with Nicolas Massu. Nicolas Massu has put in Dominic Thiem's head, you don't need to rip and grip every single ball. Every single ball is not attackable. And this is a thing that Denis Shapovalov, by the way, he also need to learn. And Dominic Thiem, when he was younger, he was ripping and gripping and he was going for the trigger in every single ball. He thought that every single ball was attackable. It is not the same thing. Dominic Thiem, as older he has become, he's 27 years old nowadays, compare that when he was 22 years old 5 years ago, He has become more experienced. He doesn't go for every single ball as a winner. He doesn't attack every single ball, and that's why he plays with bigger margins with the forehand, with more net clearance. But his backhand, that is a different story. There he doesn't have as much net clearance like he has with the forehand. With the backhand, he hits that shot mostly times flat. He slices it or he hits it flat. And when he hits it flat, he doesn't have much margins to go, guys. That ball isn't flying way too high over the net. It is basically like this. He doesn't have more net clearance like this when Dominic Thiem hits his down the line backhand flat. So that shot is really, really risky. And when it goes in, it is a beautiful shot to watch. I just love Dominic Thiem's down the line backhand. And when he hit that shot in that match point against Kyrgios yesterday, man, what a way to end the match. And he was not holding back anything. He was just going all he had, bam! And he hit that down the line backhand on that match point. On the line, my friends all around the world, on the line. And so he has that. He's such a big shot maker. He goes for the shots. He does a lot of winners. Yeah, he does a lot of unforced errors as well. You know, guys, I love attacking, offensive playing style. And Dominic Thiem is not particularly crazy attacking tennis player. He doesn't go to the net a la Federer, a la Sampras, a la Feliciano Feli Lopez. It is not that kind of player Dominic Thiem is, but he goes for his shots. He is not any goalkeeper, to say the least, a la Djokovic. Djokovic can be sometimes a goalkeeper, especially in big crutch moments. Do you think Djokovic takes risks, especially now in his older days? No, Djokovic doesn't take risks when the matches are close, when the matches are even, when the matches are even Steven 1-1 or 2-2 in sets. He doesn't take risks. He just pushes that goalkeeper mode and it becomes a Serbian wall. He doesn't miss anything, but he doesn't go for big cuts. He doesn't take big risks. And that has cost Novak Djokovic throughout the years some big titles. French Open 2015 against South Africa. He won the first set, and then the entire 3 set he had, he stopped playing. He just become a goalkeeper, a wall. He did the same thing in other matches as well. I remember against South Africa 2016 US Open. He won the first set and he become a wall. He become a goalkeeper after winning that first set against South Africa in that US Open 2016 as well. So and the French Open, I have some matches. French Open 2019, I believe, against Dominic Thiem in the semi-final, when the match was 2-2, even Steven. In that 5th set, Dominic Thiem was the braver player. He was going for his shots, and that paid and he was rewarded with the victory. So Dominic Thiem doesn't get passive in big crutch moments. He goes for his shots. Sometimes they go out, he loses the matches. But when they go in, it is beautiful to watch, like it was against Kyrgios yesterday. So Dominic Thiem is on my second place, who I wish to win this tournament. And who I, by the way, have predicted as well that he will win. But it is not certain that he will do that. But I will win because I love his playing style. I love his shot making. I love his ground strokes. He's heavy, murderous, powerful ground strokes. I love it. On number 1 place, guys, number 1 place, which is the player that I really wanted him to win it, and I'm going to tell you why I want this dude to win this tournament. This maybe will come as a surprise to you guys, but I'm gonna say who that player is. It is Rafael Nadal, guys. I'm gonna tell you why. I used to not hate Rafael Nadal. I don't use the word hate. The hate is a big word. I used to not like Rafael Nadal when he was 23, 24, 25 years old. Because he was, let's face it, he was Roger Federer's kryptonite. He was defeating him in Wimbledon, in Australian Open. Those defeats in Wimbledon back in 2008, it was heartbreaking loss as a Federer fan. The same thing he did that just the next year, 2009 in a Australian Open final, also a heartbreaking loss. And I was thinking to myself, man, Federer is defeating all the dudes besides this dude, this Spaniard machine from Mallorca. He's losing to him. when he lost French Open, all these French Open defeats he got from Rafa, and that I was used to it. I never. Just the first 2 years, 2005 and 2006, I kind of not was used to it because it was the beginning of their rivalry. But after that, 2007, 2008, I was used to it. And 2011, I was not expecting Federer to defeat Rafa Nadal in that French Open final. I actually even didn't want Federer to play that final to begin with. I don't know if I've told you that, guys, before. I wanted Djokovic to go to that final because I believed and I wanted a close battle. And Djokovic had that monstrous year, that 2011, he didn't lose a single match the entire year until that French Open semi-final against Federer. But when Federer was losing to Rafa off clay, Wimbledon, Australian Open, that was devastating as a Federer fan. So I didn't like Rafa Nadal and his playing style. He was more of a grinder back then. He was waiting on the baseline. He was grinding down his opponents. He was not attacking the ball. He was not going to the net. He was not taking big cuts on the ball. He just was not a shot maker when he was young, when he was 19, 20, 21 years old. And that kind of playing style Inter doesn't like. But over the years, I have learned to appreciate Rafa Nadal. He is a big human. He is always honest in his interviews. That is not the case with Federer and Djokovic, especially not Federer. Federer is almost never honest in his interviews, and I hate that. I can tell. I'm not stupid. I know when people are honest and when they are lying. Federer, he just saying things that the audience want to hear, that the cameras want to record, and what the fans want to hear. He's not like that. I don't even believe in him. Why he didn't come to Australia to begin with? I don't think that he's hurt. He's hurt. Yeah, he's hurt, guys. But I don't think that is the main reason. I just don't think that his family didn't want to be quarantined for 2 weeks with 4 kids. That was not the option. That was not the dream scenario for his family, for his wife. So I don't think, why is Federer playing a tournament in Doha in the beginning of March, I believe he will play. Why is healthy in the beginning of March, but he's not healthy in the middle of February? So I'm not buying what Federer is saying, that I'm still hurt. No, I'm not believing in that. I just don't believe what Federer says 9 out of 10 times. I don't. But when Rafa speaks, I believe. He speaks from the heart. Have you not ever heard Rafa Nadal being interviewed if he goes to a Wimbledon final or Australian Open final and they have asked him, do you want to face Djokovic in a Australian Open final or Federer in the Wimbledon final? And he says it from the heart. How can you not love that kind of honesty? How can you not love? He always says, I'm not stupid. Why should I want to face Roger Federer in Wimbledon final? I prefer a much easier opponent. But if Federer is there, I cannot do it. It is what it is, and I will do my best to handle that challenge, to take on that challenge. But do I wish to face Federer in the final? No, I'm not stupid. And I said the same thing about Djokovic. I don't wish to face Djokovic in a Australian Open final. Have you ever heard Federer say, I don't wish to face Rafa Nadal in a French Open final? Have you ever heard Federer say that when journalists have asked him that question? No. Why? Because he doesn't want to look weak in front of the cameras. He wants to be a tough guy in front of cameras, but inside he's not tough. The same thing with Djokovic. But Djokovic, I must be honest, he is more honest than Federer. Of these big three, Federer is the least honest. Then Djokovic comes on second place, and Rafa, without any shadow of a doubt, he leads when it comes to honestly. He is always super honest in his interviews. That is one thing. The second thing is, he always gives his all, Rafa Nadal. He gives always his all. Have you ever seen Rafa Nadal tanking a match when he has nothing to play for? I remember back in 2015 in ATP Finals in London, a match against I don't know, I remember his opponent, I believe David Ferrer, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. He had won his first 2 matches in the group stage, and he had nothing to play for in the third match. But he gave his all. He won that match, I believe, 2-1 in sets. Even though he had nothing to play for, look what Dominic Thiem did against Rublev in last year's group stage. He won his first 2 matches, Dominic Thiem, and then he played Rublev. He was not interested in that match, Dominic Thiem, and he lost to Rublev. He did the same thing 2019, Dominic Thiem. He lost to Berrettini when he won his first 2 matches, Dominic Thiem. He lost to Berrettini in his third match in that Rob Robin stage. Rafa Nadal. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if it's an exhibition match, if it is a round robin match that is he has nothing to play for. He always give his all. That's why I never took an indicator when Rafa defeated Dominic Thiem in that exhibition match in Adelaide. Because I know how Dominic Thiem is. I don't think Dominic Thiem was playing like his life was on the line. Rafa did. Rafa is that kind of monster. He's like the kind of beast. And how can you not love that kind of attitude? How can you not appreciate that kind of attitude? And a player who dedicates the entire life to the sport, a player who is so honest in interviews, how cannot I wish for him to win the Australian Open for the second time? Why? Why not? He deserves it. Is it someone who deserves it? Is it Rafael Nadal? For God's sakes, for his fighting spirit, for his never give up attitude, for his giving his all attitude in every single point. And no matter if he has nothing to play, no matter if it's a practice session, no matter if it's an exhibition match, no matter if it's at a round robin stage and it is a third round match where he has won his first two matches, it doesn't matter. Rafael Nadal, he is a mentally warrior up here. He wants to win every single match. He wants to give his all for himself, for his team, for his family, for his fans, for the crowd that watch him. So how can you not? And another thing with fans, I've seen one time in US Open back in 13, 14 years ago, a fan come into the court and wanted to hug Rafa Nadal, US Open. I don't remember which year exactly, but it is 13, 14 years ago, 26 or 27 or 28, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2005 maybe, something like that, 14, 15 years ago. You guys maybe remember exactly which year. And a fan came into the court and wanted to hug Rafa Nadal, and the securities, they came out immediately and took the guy out of Rafa Nadal's hands because he was hugging Rafa Nadal. And Rafa was running, said, no, let him be. He was just trying to hug me. And after in the interview they said, what did he say to you when that little kid came and hugged you in that US Open court? He said that I love you, I want to kiss you. So Rafa Nadal is a gentleman, man. He's a gentleman, my friends. Look what Federer did in French Open when a 13, 14 years old boy hopped on into court and wanted to take a selfie with him. What did Federer do? What did Federer do? Yeah, I know what he did. He pushed him and he did like that. I don't like that kind of behavior. Yeah, I know Federer was feeling threatened that dude will hurt him. Man, a 13 years old boy will not hurt you, will not kill you. Take a goddamn selfie with a dude. Make his wish. Just make his day, and probably that was his big dream, to take a selfie with Roger Federer, and he had a chance to take that selfie for 2-3 seconds. Do you think Federer is that kind of dude that if he drives car and somebody says like this, stop the car, I want to and take a ride? You know, you have seen on the roads when people do like that. Do you think he does that kind of thing? Do you think he stops? Do you honestly think? No, I don't think he stops. I don't think he stops. No, why? Do you know why? Because he's afraid. He's afraid. Look, it is okay to be afraid. It is normal. I'm afraid also sometimes. And you two are also afraid sometimes. But when fans tries to take a selfie or an autograph or something, I'm not saying that Federer is a bad person. He's not a bad person. Djokovic is not a bad person either. Djokovic is a gentleman as well. I've seen Djokovic dancing with fans on the court in US Open. He is really a likable person as well. I'm not against Djokovic. I'm not against Federer. They're good persons, both of them. But I truly believe they are not as good and they are not as gentlemen as Rafa Nadal. Just look at rackets. Have you ever seen Rafa Nadal break a racket in his entire career? Have you ever seen it in your life? No, because it has never happened. Federer, Djokovic, they have broken rackets. Tennis rackets, many times during their career. They cannot hold down their emotions. And that is not a role model. That is okay. It is okay to do because they are only human. They are not they are not aliens. They are only humans like you and me. And they are good persons, both Djokovic and Federer. I'm not saying anything, but they are not as good as Rafa Nadal. They are not as honest as Rafa Nadal. They are not as gentlemen as Rafa Nadal. And how can you not wish this kind of a warrior, with this kind of attitude, with this kind of a personality, Rafa Nadal, to not win his second Australian Open title for the second time and become history and create history to only become the third ever player to win all the major twice. Only two other players has ever done that before, Rod Laver and Roy Emerson, to win all the majors at least twice. None of other than these two dudes has ever done that in the past, and Rafa Nadal has that opportunity to do that to be the third player in this year's Australian Open. So I wish and I want Rafa. I'm going to be honest, this comes from, I never believed that I will do this kind of videos 10 years ago when I was disliking Rafa Nadal and almost hating him. I never believed that I will do this kind of video, but with years, I've seen his big heart, I've seen his big gentleman, I've seen his warrior attitude, I've seen his honesty on interviews, and he has won my heart, guys. He has won my heart. I still prefer Roger Federer to beat Rafa Nadal 7 days in a week if they face each other, and I want Federer to end as the GOAT. I want Federer to end as with most majors, because Federer is the player I've cheered on since 2001, in 20 years now, but that doesn't mean that I don't wish Rafa Nadal to have success, because he really deserves it. And all the reasons I've said in this video, you have all the reasons why he deserves it. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace!